Welcome back. Today we've got day 4. Our goal for today, given an expression, okay, with algebraic fractions, you will be able to add the fractions, factor, and simplify. All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at adding and or subtracting our fractions together. All right, so let's take a look at our notes. So your phrase to remember here, I will conquer fractions. So you are going to do that today. Okay, so when we add or subtract fractions with the same denominator, so we have to remember way back to 6th grade, adding and subtracting fractions, you have to have the same denominator. That's the bottom of the fraction. You're going to write the fraction solution by adding or subtracting the numerators and keeping the denominator the same. Remember to distribute the subtraction. So if you're subtracting, you have to make sure that you distribute. Okay, then second, you're going to factor and reduce the resulting fraction to lowest terms. So you're going to add or subtract first, then you're going to factor and simplify second. So let's go ahead and take a look. So number 1, we have a fraction minus a fraction. The first thing you need to do is check to see, are your denominators the same? A 7 and a 7. So that means when we subtract, the denominator stays the same. It's going to stay as 7. Okay, and then we're going to combine the numerators. So it's x minus y. And now we cannot combine any of those terms because an x and a y are not like terms. So that is our final answer. X minus y all over 7. Okay, let's take a look now at number 2. So the first thing we need to do is check our denominators. A denominator of 5, a denominator of 5. We have common denominators. So we're going to put it all over 5. Now we're going to combine the numerators. So if I take a look here, I have 4c plus 6c. 4c plus 6c. Now I can add those together, 4c plus 6c, those are like terms, so we get 10c all over 5. And look how handy dandy that is. We can actually simplify here. We have 10 over 5, so that will cancel. 5 goes into 10 2 times. So our final answer here is 2c. All right, let's move on to one that's a little bit more complex. So let's take a look here at number 3. If we look carefully, we have a common denominator of 3. So we're going to go ahead and rewrite this as a common denominator of 3. Now, for the numerators, I have to look very carefully. I have a subtraction sign there. So the first thing we have to do is distribute the subtraction to everything. So this becomes a minus 2x, and then a negative 9 becomes a positive 9. So let's go ahead and rewrite this. So we have 5x plus 3 minus 2x plus 9. Okay, now we can combine our like terms. So here I have a 5x and a negative 2. So this is all going to be over 3. So let's see, 5x minus 2x is going to be 3x. We have a 3 plus 9. So our like terms, 3 and 9, I can add those together. We get plus 12. Now, look carefully. Now that we've combined our like terms, can we factor? So look at the numerator. This is a binomial. Let's take a look. Is there a GCF? Yes, there is. So I'm going to go ahead and factor out a 3. And we get x plus 4 all over 3. Now, if I look carefully, I have a 3 as a coefficient on the outside of the parentheses and a 3 as a monomial on the bottom, so my 3's can cancel. So my final answer is x plus 4. And we've done it. All right, let's go ahead and let's try another one. So let's take a look at number 4. So the first thing we have to do is look to see, do you have a common denominator? X plus 1, x plus 1. So yes, we do. So I'm going to go ahead and write x minus 1. Now, if I look at my numerators, I am subtracting, so I have to take that subtraction symbol and distribute it. So it's going to go here, and we're going to get a minus 8x and it's going to go here, and we're going to get a plus 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms just the way they are. So let's take a look. 13x minus 8x. So those are my like terms. And that's going to give me 5x. And then I have negative 6 plus 1. That's going to give me a negative 5. Okay, so now that we've added our fractions together, now we need to factor. So let's see, my numerator, that has a GCF of 5. So let's take a 5, x minus 5, all over. Now, can I factor the denominator? Nope, it's in lowest terms already. So I'm just going to write it out as x minus 1. And oops, did you see my goof there? If I factored out a 5, I take the 5, put it to the outside, take this 5, put it to the outside. So this should actually be a 1. So look carefully now. Can we cancel anything? X minus 1, x minus 1, those are exactly the same. They cancel, and my final answer is 5. All right, let's keep going. The more we do, the better we're going to get. So let's go ahead and take a look at all of our different cases here. So, number 5. First check, do we have a common denominator? Are they the same? Yes. So we can go ahead and just write that out. Now we have to look at our numerators. Are we adding or subtracting? We're subtracting, and we're subtracting a binomial. So we have to take this and we need to distribute it. So this becomes a negative 4y, and this becomes a minus 5. So now we can combine our like terms. So I have 6y minus 4y, so that gives me 2y. Then I have a 9 minus 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. Okay, now that we've added, now we have to factor. So let's go ahead and factor this out. So my numerator, there's a GCF, so I'm going to factor out a 2. And if I look carefully, my denominator, perfect square, so we're going to use difference of perfect squares. One gets a plus, one gets a minus. Y, and the square root of 4 is 2 and 2. So now let's look carefully. Can we cancel anything? Yes, we can. Y plus 2, y plus 2. All right, and that gives us a 2 all over y minus 2. And that bottom is a binomial, so it has to stay together. And we've done it. Okay, up next, I would like you to try number 6 on your own and then plug your solution into the computer. All right, let's go ahead and take a look to see how you did. Did you distribute that negative? Did you factor, cancel, and get x plus 3? All right, everybody, great job today. I'll see you all in class tomorrow.